Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back yet another exciting class. Hi, I am Sneha, your bioeducator and you are watching biologypathbhavan. Before starting the class, I would like to thank my viewers who have already joined this channel, and those who are new, I would request to subscribe to this channel because through this channel your concept will be crystal clear. So in this class, we will be discussing about digestion in ruminants and digestion in amoeba. This is the part 2 of Mind Map of Nutrition in Animals of class 7 CBSE. So let's just not wasting the time and dive into the video. Another thing I want to tell you that I have been suffering from a physical problem lately, so my voice might be a little low. Please bear with me. Now, if we are talking about grass-eating animals, we often see that cows or buffaloes are standing at a corner and continuously chewing something, right? But have you ever wondered that what exactly they chew? They are chewing their food, which is grass. As because they are herbivores, they feed on grasses. So here we will see that how they digest this grass and how this digestion is different from humans. Now in case of cows or buffaloes, they are considered as herbivores. Why? Because they feed on plant-based food or grasses. Okay. Now inside the grass or the plant-based food is composed of cellulose. Now what is cellulose? Cellulose is nothing but a substance that is present in the plant cell. Now if this is a plant cell, consider this is a plant cell. The outer region of this plant cell has the cell wall. Okay. Now this cell wall is composed of this cellulose. Okay. Cellulose is nothing but a fiber like substance, you can say it. This cellulose is forming the cell wall of the plant cell. Now if the now in case the cows and the buffaloes, they are feed on these grasses, they also taking this cellulose part. Now this cellulose are very hard to digest. Now here in this class we will see that how does this cellulose is digested or broken down inside the cow or a grass eating animals. Okay, now a cow always grab their food very fast. They quickly swallow their food through their mouth. Now if we are talking about their mouth, they also have teeth, tongue and salivary gland like humans. But in case of humans, we have 4 kinds of teeth like incisors, canine, premolars and molars. As we are omnivores, we have canines. We need canines to tear our food. But in case of ruminants or in case of cows or buffaloes or kettles, they have 4 types of teeth. What are they? They are incisors, premolars and molars. They don't have any canines because they are herbivores. They eat plant-based food, so they did not require any canines in their mouth. So this is the difference between the humans and the ruminants. Okay, but the tongue and the salivary gland plays the same role in case of humans as well as the cows. Okay, tongue helps to teeth helps to chew the food, tongue helps to mix the food with the saliva, and saliva secretes the salivary gland secretes the saliva through which the food is swallowed through the esophagus. Now they also have esophagus, which is the food pipe. Esophagus is the food pipe. It helps in the passes down the food through the next part of the alimentary canal, that is the stomach. Okay, there is nothing difference in this case. Now in case of stomach, we will see that cow or buffalo or grass eating animals have a special type of stomach because they have four chambered stomach or multi-chambered stomach. They have a very special type of stomach. Okay. Now here in this picture I have shown different colors, as you can easily understand the parts of the stomach. Okay. Next part of the stomach is rumen. This is the first part. Reticulum is the second part. Omasum is the third, and we have abomasum, which is the fourth chamber of the stomach. Okay, so cows or ruminants have four chambered stomach. What are they? Rumen, reticulum, we have omasum, and also we have abomasum. Okay, they have small intestine, they have large intestine and anus. This is the whole digestive system of a ruminant. Now what happened in this case? When the cow or the buffalo swallow the grasses very quickly, immediately after the food passes down through the esophagus and reaches to the first part of the stomach, which is rumen. Okay, so here you can see that the food is passing down through the esophagus and going to the and reaches to the first part of the stomach is the rumen. Now rumen is a very essential part of this whole stomach. Okay, because this is the largest part of the stomach and the food initially stored inside the rumen for some time. Inside the rumen, there has many microorganisms. They have lots of microorganisms. They plays a vital role in partial digestion of the cellulose. As they feed on grasses and the grasses reach in cellulose, so the partial digestion of cellulose occurs here, and inside the rumen they have lots of microorganisms. They help to partially digest this cellulose part of the grasses and convert the food into curd. Okay, so again I am saying, immediately after swallowing the food passes down into the rumen, and inside the rumen they have lots of microorganisms like ruminococcus. Okay, you can write this or note it down. Ruminococcus is an example of this kind of microorganisms that helps in partial digestion of the cellulose part of the food, and after the food is partially digested, the food is converted into curd, C-U-D, curd. Okay, now after the food is converted into curd, I am converted the red portion into the yellow one, as because to understanding, for your better understanding, the curd is again going back or return back to the mouth, or they regurgitate it for again chewing. Okay, so first of all they initially swallow the food without chewing. They did not chew the food initially, they just swallow it and then stored it inside the rumen. Rumen changes the food into curd, then the curd again after some time it returns back to the mouth or regurgitate into the mouth for better chewing or completely chewing. Okay, when the food is completely chewing, as we can often see that cows is standing at the corner and continuously chewing their food, this is the part of this. Okay, So in case of humans, we cannot, once we eat the food, we cannot regurgitate it unless it is undigested or we vomit it down. Otherwise the food, we once the food is digested or the food is taking, the food cannot go upward or backward direction, we cannot regurgitate it, right? But in case of ruminants or in case of cows or buffaloes, they first of all swallow it, then again regurgitate it. So in case of humans, the position of the food is unidirectional, but in case of ruminants, the the direction of the food is bidirectional, right? So first of all, food is swallowed into the rumen, then it is partially digested, converted into curd, and then again regurgitated and going to the mouth for better chewing. After chewing the food completely, they swallow it again, and the food going to the further part of the stomach, which is the reticulum, omasum and the abomasum. Abomasum is the considered as true stomach of the cow, because in this, inside the abomasum, it plays a very important role in digestion of the proteins or fat. Okay, so inside the abomasum, the digestion of protein, fats, absorption occurs here, so it plays a very important role. So abomasum is considered as true stomach. Okay, after that the food passes down into the small intestine. Here the whole digestion or the complete digestion occurs, and the undigested food gets passes into the large intestine, where it converted into fecal matter, and the fecal matter is excreted out through the anus. This part is similar to the human, unless the stomach region. Okay, now see what are ruminants. Ruminants are the grass eating animals which have a large sac like structure and called rumen, and they store the food and regurgitate again. Those are termed as ruminants, like cows, like buffaloes, like kettles. So they are they first of all swallow their food, then store it into the rumen. Rumen turns into the curd. Curd returns back to their mouth again and regurgitate it. This is termed as rumination. The process is termed as rumination, and the organisms that exhibit this process are called the ruminants. Okay, now the process of rumination, I have already told you, but again I am saying that first of all, animal swallow the grasses quickly without chewing. पहले तो वो लोग chew नहीं करता है, ठीक है, पहले बस वो लोग swallow कर लेता है, very quickly swallow their food. Then the food is sent to the first part of the multi-chambered stomach, which is the rumen, and stored for some times. कुछ देर के लिए वो food स्टोमक के अंदर या फिर रूमेन के अंदर स्टोर हो जाता है. ओके, एंड रूमेन इज द फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ देयर मल्टी चैम्बर स्टोमक. आफ्टर अ वाइल द partially digested food और द कर्ड इज सेंट बैक टू द माउथ. अगेन जब रूमेन के अंदर वो रूमिनोकोकस और द माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म चेंजेस द or the food into curd, then the curd returns to their mouth. Okay, now the animal then chews the curd slowly and thoroughly. After that वो कर्ड को, उसी कर्ड को बहुत अच्छे से च्यू करता है, थॉरोली च्यू करता है, क्योंकि वो पहले च्यू नहीं किया था, इसीलिए अभी प्रॉपरली थॉरोली वो उस फूड को या फिर कर्ड को च्यू करेगा. पार्शियली डाइजेस्टेड जो कर्ड है उसको च्यू करेगा. आफ्टर दैट द फूड इज स्वॉलोड अगेन. सेकेंड टाइम फूड को स्वॉलो करेगा. दिस पॉइंट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सेकेंड टाइम फूड को स्वॉलो करेगा, देन द फूड गोज फर्दर इन द स्टोमक्स अदर्स चेम्बर्स, स्टोमक के अदर चेम्बर में वो चला जाएगा, जैसे कि रेटिक्यूलम, ओमासम एंड एबोमासम. ओके, देन आफ्टर दैट स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन में जाएगा, लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन होके एनएस के थ्रू एक्सक्रीटेड हो जाएगा. दिस इज द होल प्रोसेस, डाइजेशन प्रोसेस of ruminants. Okay, now if we are talking about unicellular organisms like amoeba, so amoeba में digestion कैसे होता है ये थोड़ा देख लेते हैं. amoeba कैसे digest करता है? amoeba एक unicellular organism है. Okay, unicellular means those who have one cell inside their body. Okay, they have nucleus, they have cytoplasm, they have cell vacuole. Okay, so this is the nucleus part of the amoeba, and here is the cytoplasm. This is the cytoplasm, and this is the food vacuoles. Okay, now if we are talking about digestion in amoeba, so amoeba के कोई shape नहीं होता है. Okay, amoeba does not have any particular or a definite shape. ठीक है, तो ये लोग फूड को फीड कैसे करता है, इसका फीडिंग प्रोसेस क्या है? हमारे जो 5 न्यूट्रिशन के स्टेप्स है वो सब स्टेप्स ये फॉलो करता है. बट कैसे? When the amoeba senses their food, okay, they spread their pseudopodia. Now what is pseudopodia? Now what is pseudopodia? Pseudo means false, okay, and podia means feet. So they does not have any regular feet. They have false feet. They does not have any definite shape. When they senses a food around themselves, they just spread their cytoplasmic extensions, which is known as pseudopodia or the false feet, around the food. जब भी एक एमीबा उसके फूड को सेंस करता है उसके आसपास में, तो उसके जो साइटोप्लाज्मिक पार्ट है वो साइटोप्लाज्म एक्सटेंडेड हो जाता है लाइक अ फीट. ओके, फीट की तरह एक्सटेंडेड हो जाता है अराउंड द फूड. दिस इज द फूड. इस फूड के आसपास से ये साइटोप्लाज्मिक एक्सटेंशन एक्सटेंडेड हो जाता है. ओके, दिस इज नोन एज इंजेशन. मतलब फूड को ये लोग ऐसे ही इनटेक करता है, राइट? आफ्टर दिस द साइटोप्लाज्मिक एक्सटेंशन, these cytoplasmic extents form a vacuole around the food. फूड के आसपास ये साइटोप्लाज्मिक एक्सटेंशन एक वैक्यूल की तरह फॉर्म करता है जिसके अंदर वो फूड को ले लेता है. ठीक है, इसके अंदर फूड को, फूड वैक्यूल के अंदर फूड चला जाएगा. इसको हम लोग बोलते हैं डाइजेशन. ओके, जब फूड बॉडी के अंदर एमीबा इनटेक कर लेता है उसके बाद एमीबा के साइटोप्लाज्म से बहुत सारे एंजाइम्स सिक्रीट होता है जिसके थ्रू फूड ब्रेक्स डाउन इनटू स्मॉलर पीसेस और स्मॉलर सब्सटेंसेस. ओके, नाउ आफ्टर डाइजेशन the food gets absorbed by the amoeba. Okay, food कैसे absorbed होता है? By the process of diffusion. Now what is diffusion? जब भी molecules higher concentration से lower concentrations में मूव करता है उसी को हम लोग बोलते हैं डिफ्यूजन. तो नॉर्मल डिफ्यूजन प्रोसेस में ये फूड उसके बॉडी में एब्जॉर्ब्ड हो जाएगा. उसके बाद एब्जॉर्प्शन के बाद वो एसिमिलेशन होगा, मतलब वो जो फूड को एब्जॉर्ब किया उसके वो डिफरेंट ऑर्गन्स में या फिर डिफरेंट पार्ट्स में चला जाएगा एंड यूटिलाइज्ड होगा एमीबा के बॉडी से. and the undigested food will get excreted out through a rupture. ठीक है, एमीबा के जो सेल होता है उसके बाहर थोड़ा एक छोटा सा रप्चर हो जाता है जिसके थ्रू एमीबा अनडाइजेस्टेड फूड को इजेशन कर देता है. दिस इज द अनडाइजेस्टेड फूड, उसको इजेशन कर देता है. ओके, नाउ दिस इज द एंटायर प्रोसेस ऑफ इन केस ऑफ एमीबा. सो एक बार इसको थॉरोली रीड कर लेते हैं. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इंजेशन कैसे होता है? द एमीबा extended its pseudopodia to surround a food forming a vacuole. मतलब जब भी वो फूड को सेंस करता है, when an amoeba senses their food around themselves, they spread their or extended their cytoplasmic extension which is known as pseudopodia. Okay, now after that enzymes digest the food particle inside the food vacuole, breaking it down into nutrients. मतलब जब भी फूड वैक्यूल फॉर्म किया, when amoeba extended their pseudopodia, it forms a food vacuole around the food particle and they just intake the food inside them. Okay, inside these food vacuole they secretes lots of enzymes to digest or to broken down the complex parts of the food. This is the digestion. फूड वैक्यूल के अंदर फूड को ब्रेक्स डाउन कर देता है एंड बाय द हेल्प ऑफ द एंजाइम्स दैट इज सिक्रेटेड बाय द एमीबा. आफ्टर दैट द न्यूट्रिएंट्स डिफ्यूजेस इनटू द साइटोप्लाज्म फ्रॉम द फूड वैक्यूल. फूड वैक्यूल के अंदर जो फूड डाइजेस्टेड हो गया वो न्यूट्रिएंट्स डिफ्यूजन की प्रोसेस में साइटोप्लाज्म में एब्जॉर्ब्ड हो जाएगा. ओके, सो द फूड गेट एब्जॉर्ब्ड बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ डिफ्यूजन फ्रॉम द फूड वैक्यूल. फूड वैक्यूल के अंदर जो न्यूट्रिएंट्स है वो डिफ्यूजन की प्रोसेस में साइटोप्लाज्म में वो चला जाएगा. After that, the absorbed nutrients are used for growth and energy. Amoeba उस फूड को और उस न्यूट्रिएंट्स को बॉडी में यूटिलाइज करेगा फॉर देयर ग्रोथ, फॉर देयर एनर्जी एंड अदर थिंग. एंड द अनडाइजेस्टेड वेस्ट इज एक्सपेल्डेड आउट फ्रॉम द एमीबा थ्रू अ रप्चर्स. सेल के बाहर से एक रप्चर हो जाएगा जिसके थ्रू एमीबा उसके फूड को, जो अनडाइजेस्टेड फूड है, दैट इज एक्सक्रीटेड आउट फ्रॉम देयर बॉडी. दैट्स इट फॉर टुडेज क्लास. आई होप you enjoyed this video. If you are enjoyed this video, then please give a like, share and subscribe to this channel because a little support from you guys gives a lot of motivation. Stay tuned. Thank you.